investigation of medium Lenore Piper, who is considered to be the foremost trance medium in the history of psychical research. After James Heisler passed away, the HPR became split into two factions. One was very co-spiritualist, and others took a more conservative scientific approach to paranormal, kind of like the Ghost Club and the SPR one. The conservative faction believed that mediums were able to answer so many questions due to the fact that they were telepathic. They could read the people's minds and not get information from spirits, like spiritualists. When Frederick Edwards, a prominent spiritualist, was named president of the ASPR in 1923, the conservative faction, led by Gardner Murphy and Walter Franklin, began to question the views of the society. A split was becoming imminent, and when Edwards was reappointed the president in 1925, the conservative faction broke off and formed the Boston Society for Psychical Research. This was also due to Edwards' support for the medium known as Marjorie, real name Mina Crandon. Crandon would perform many of her seances in the news and was a very popular medium until Harry Houdini proved her to be a fraud. The BSPR also did not want to support the speaking of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, who was a known spiritualist. J.B. Ryan was a prominent member of the BSPR. Now, Edgar Casey. Edgar Casey was born in 1872 and passed away in 1945. Edgar Casey has become a sleeping prophet and the father of holistic medicine. Edgar Casey's abilities began when he was a young man. After he come back to the severe case of pancreatitis, he was unable to perform his work. He was a driving salesman. And he was unable to perform his job, so he had to move back with his parents. He ended up meeting up with a hypnotist, and he put him in a trance, which cured him, but he had to stay in the trance in order for him to talk. So he was able to teach himself to go into the trance. He was cured by hypnotism, and this led to him being able to put himself into deep trances that led to his profound discoveries. Edgar Casey would put himself into a deep trance to reach what he called universal consciousness, and he would be able to answer find answers to questions as broad as what is the meaning of life, or questions as mundane as what is the best way to harm no one else. When he would give responses to the questions, these were called his readings, and they were kept on record. Edgar Casey was a religious man, and he read the Bible once a year, every year, and when people asked him how to become more psychic, he would tell them to be more spiritual. Edgar Casey's readings dealt with a very various topics. Most of his readings dealt with holistic health and the treatment of illness. He was getting so many requests for readings from people that he had no choice but to quit his regular job and ask for donations so he could answer all of his requests. Although most of Edgar Casey's readings took place many years ago, people are still getting relief provided to them by the information given in his readings. The vast variety of Edgar Casey's readings is undeniable. There are over 10,000 topics discussed, but the vast array of subjects can be narrowed down to popular categories. 1. Health related. 2. Philosophy. Reincarnation. 3. Dreams and dream interpretation. 4. ESP and psychic phenomena. 5. Spiritual growth, meditation, and prayer. Edgar Casey's work lives on today through its Association for Research and Enlightenment, or ARE, located in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Here you will find most of Edgar Casey's readings kept on record and a library of books dealing with paranormal phenomena. J.B. Ryan was born on September 29, 1995. Passed away on February 20, 1980. J.B. Ryan was a botanist, but he became interested in the paranormal after attending a lecture given by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle at the University of Chicago in 1966. He was exalting the scientific proof that people can communicate with the dead. Ryan would later write, this mere possibility was a government thought I had it here. In 1927, Ryan would move to Duke University to work with Professor William McLuhan. He wanted to develop parapsychology J.B. Ryan was conducting many experiments in his lab at the University. He wanted to find scientific explanations for psychic phenomena. J.B. Ryan came up with the term extrasensory perception, or ESP, to describe the ability of some people to acquire information without by main senses. He said you can make them 6 sense and were able to pick up on things that most people were not. In 1934, J.B. Ryan published his book, Extrasensory Perception, after many years of specific research. In the mid-1930s, J.B. Ryan investigated encyclopedias, broke the subject down into simple terms so that it was easier to test practice. In the early 1960s, Ryan left the university and founded the Institute for Paracon, later which became the foundation for research in the nature of things. Ryan founded the institutions that were necessary to bring the subject of parapsychology into the realm of academia. He wanted to bring parapsychology into a lab setting in order to study and understand the subject. His Ryan Research Center continues his legacy to this day. Nandor Foldor was born on May 13, 1895, passed away in New York on May 13, 1964. Foldor was an expert on poltergeist, hauntings, and all sorts of paranormal activities associated with mediumship. Foldor was an associate of Sigmund Freud at one point, and he would write about subjects such as being able to develop dream interpretation. Foldor would take an psychoanalytical approach to supernatural phenomena. Foldor came up with the theory that poltergeists are outward manifestations that are the result of an internal conflict in the subconscious mind and not a spirit or entity with mind of their own. Basically, we can protect poltergeists ourselves if we have internal. Foldor authored the Encyclopedia of Psychic Science along with many other books.